Hello student, welcome to our channel Sigma Educational Academy. I am your Adi sir. Student, today we will discuss about Gauss law and its derivation based on the concept of area vector and electric flux. Before we start the lecture, student, please subscribe our channel and click on the bell icon so that you can get the latest video update, and you can also share the link with your friend. So let's start the lecture. So today we will discuss about Gauss theorem and its derivation. But before we start Gauss theorem, first we have to know the concept of Gaussian surface. First we will know the concept of Gaussian surface. Using this concept, we will discuss about Gauss theorem. So what is Gaussian surface? Any imaginary closed surface enclosed a charge is known as Gaussian surface. Here is a charge present. I can take this is a Gaussian surface. I can say this is a Gaussian surface. The surface which enclose a charge, any imaginary closed surface. Then what is closed surface? This is a plane. I am representing is a plane surface. But see, I can say this is a closed surface. Closed means it is volumetrically closed. In between the closed surface, there is a charge content, let plus q. Right. So I can say any closed surface between a charge is called Gaussian surface. So we will discuss the statement of this theorem. The statement is the total flux linked with a closed surface. See, linked. I will discuss about linked with the closed surface in vacuum is 1 by epsilon 0 times the total charge content inside the closed surface. So that can be written as I can say the total flux linked with a closed surface. I can write closed surface. That's why I am taking closed integral, and I know the flux is E dot ds, integration E dot ds, which is equal to 1 by epsilon 0 time the total charge enclosed by the surface. According to this theorem, we have to remember this. This is the total flux which I have derived in the previous class, and this flux is equal to q by epsilon naught, where we are taking it in vacuum. So let's take an example. Let it is a charge. Let it is a charge q. Okay. So this charge will create the electric lines of force. This charge will create the electric lines of force. Okay. So I have to take one Gaussian surface, any closed Gaussian surface. So the surface may be any kind. I have to take any closed Gaussian surface where in between this surface a charge q is present. So the Gaussian surface, this is the Gaussian surface, this is a charge q is present inside the surface. So according to the statement, the total flux linked with a closed surface means a total surface में जितना फील्ड लाइन क्रॉस किया गया वो है total flux. The total flux linked with this closed surface in vacuum is 1 by epsilon 0 time the total charge contained inside the closed surface. Inside the closed surface total charge q. So we are taking in vacuum. So the formula is q by epsilon naught. Next we will go for the proof. In between the proof we will take the diagram. So I will take a charge. I will take a spherical Gaussian surface where at the center I will take a charge, let plus q, plus small q. I will say the center is at O. Now I can say this is the direction of electric field. I can say this is the direction of electric field. Now in this Gaussian surface, let this is the radius. This is the radius, and I will take this point is P point. Now I am taking the small area here. The small area is ds, and this is the direction of ds vector. Okay. Because the radius make an angle 90 degree, the radius and electric field vector is aligned with each other, where the area, surface area and electric field is 90 degree, and the surface area vector and electric field is in the same direction. Okay, so I can say this is a spherical Gaussian surface. I am taking here a small surface area ds. The electric field is passing through the surface area from this point. So here the area vector ds and electric field E, angle is 0 degree. So in the derivation part, let's an imaginary surface in the shape of a sphere such that an isolated charge plus q lies at its center of radius r. Here see, this is the imaginary sphere of radius r, where at the center an isolated charge plus q is situated. Okay, light at the isolated charge lies at its center of radius r, where s equal to surface area. So sphere का surface area हमको मालूम है कि 4 pi r square. So I can write according to Coulomb's law के basis में electric field at point P on the surface of sphere. Okay, see, this is the source charge, okay, present on the center. I want to find out at the surface electric field at point P. I want to find out the electric field due to plus q charge, and according to Coulomb's law we know the formula. We can write it E vector equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught the source charge q by r square into r cap, क्योंकि इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का जो डायरेक्शन है फ्रॉम सेंटर टू आउटवर्ड, दैट्स व्हाई आई हैव टेकन द r cap. The direction of electric field is along the direction of position vector r. Okay, so we know according to Coulomb's law E vector equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square into r cap. Now let's take a small area element ds of sphere around P. Okay, I will see, this is the sphere, this is the P point. Around P I have taken a small area element which is called is ds. Now the area vector is perpendicular to this surface, or I can say this is ds vector, and I have taken ds cap. Ds cap means the direction of ds vector, or I can say this is n cap. So I will write ds vector equal to ds vector का जो मैग्नीट्यूड है ds into n cap. I can write ds vector equal to ds into n cap. So ds is the small area vector. Now small electric flux over the small area, I can write small electric flux over the small area, I can write it d phi e, that is small electric flux, or this can be written as the electric field dot ds vector. Okay, or we know that electric field vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square into r cap dot ds vector. I can write ds into n cap. Okay, now I can write the small flux d phi e equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. I can write 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square into ds into r cap dot n cap, where r cap is the position vector of P, n cap is the direction of unit vector showing the direction of area vector. See, this is the direction of n cap, means unit vector in the direction of area vector, and this is also the direction of r cap, where the position vector of P, direction of position vector of P. So the angle between r cap and n cap is 0 degree. That we know that r cap dot n cap equal to 1 into cos 0 degree, which is equal to 1. Now the small electric flux can be written as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square into ds. This is the small flux. Okay, so we want to find out the total flux. So I can write, so total flux over the closed surface, over the closed सरफेस S. सो इसके लिए हमको क्या करना पड़ेगा, जो स्मॉल फ्लक्स है उसका इंटीग्रेशन करना पड़ेगा. सो आई कैन राइट द टोटल फ्लक्स इज फाई विच इज इक्वल टू द क्लोज सरफेस इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ डी फाई ई, और आई कैन राइट द क्लोज सरफेस इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ 1 बाय 4 पाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट क्यू बाय आर स्क्वायर डी एस. ओके, then I can write the total flux. See, these are the constant term. We are taking the integration of surface integration, closed surface integration. So I will take it common, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square, the closed surface integration of ds. The closed surface integration of ds means जो ये स्पीयर का सरफेस एरिया, वी नो दैट द सरफेस एरिया ऑफ द स्पीयर इज 4 पाई आर स्क्वायर. देन आई कैन राइट द टोटल फ्लक्स, द टोटल इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स इक्वल टू 1 बाय 4 पाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट क्यू बाय आर स्क्वायर इंटू 4 पाई आर स्क्वायर, where the closed surface integration of the small surface is equal to surface area of the sphere, which is 4 pi r square. Then I can write the total flux equal to, see here 4 pi cancel out, r square cancel out, the enclosed charge divided by epsilon naught. This is, you can find q by epsilon naught, or I can write the total flux is equal to closed surface integration of E dot ds vector, which is equal to the total charge enclosed by epsilon naught. Okay, the total charge enclosed by the sphere divided by epsilon naught. So this is the total flux enclosed by a sphere. So in between the Gaussian surface, spherical surface, the charge q is contained. So if rather than q, if I will say there are many charge, n number of charge inside the Gaussian surface, I will say q1, q2, q3 up to qn, n number of charge lying inside the Gaussian surface. In that case, I will say that the total flux due to the charge inside the Gaussian surface, I can write flux due to charge 1, I can write flux due to charge 2, I can write flux due to charge 3 and up to flux due to charge n. According to Gauss theorem, I can write q1 by, the flux due to charge 1 is q1 by epsilon naught, q2 by epsilon naught for flux due to charge 2, and flux due to charge 3 is q3 by epsilon naught, and flux due to charge n is qn by epsilon naught. Now I am taking common 1 by epsilon naught, then q1 plus q2 plus q3 plus up to qn. That is the net charge. This q1 plus q2 plus q3 up to qn, I can say this is the net charge q. So I will write 1 by epsilon naught summation of I equal to 1 to n qi. This can be written as like this, or this is equal to, this part is the net charge q by epsilon naught. Okay. So there must be some important point regarding Gauss theorem. The first point is Gauss theorem is true for closed surface only. So we have considered the closed surface. So I have taken the closed surface integral. Let say this is the closed surface. Here I am taking one charge. So flux is due to this charge. I can say flux is due to this charge. The flux is always outward to this surface. This is the closed surface. Okay, so for valid statement means the total flux due to the closed surface is the charge by epsilon naught. This is valid only for closed surface. Okay, so second point is all the charges inside is consider means the surface के अंदर में जो चार्ज होगा वही को हम कंसिडर करेंगे. लेट इधर एक चार्ज होगा 2q, तो हम नेट चार्ज लेंगे क्या 3q के वजह से नेट चार्ज लेंगे 3q बाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट. लेट इधर चार्ज होगा -q, सो +q -q 0, सो नेट चार्ज लेंगे 2q बाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट. सो टोटल फ्लक्स होगा 2q बाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट. लेट इधर मैं और एक चार्ज लूँगा 5q, सो 5q + 2q 7q + q 8q - q 7q. सो नेट फ्लक्स हो जाएगा 7q बाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट, 7q बाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट. इस वजह से ऑल द चार्जेस इनसाइड इज कंसिडर नॉट आउटसाइड. क्यों नहीं कंसिडर किया जाएगा आउटसाइड चार्ज? लेट्स इधर एक चार्ज है 5q. ओके, सो अगर इधर एक चार्ज है तो द लाइन्स ऑफ फोर्स क्रॉस द सरफेस लाइक दिस. दे विल एंटर द सरफेस एंड दे विल लीव द सरफेस. अगर इधर एक चार्ज है q, सो द लाइन्स ऑफ फोर्स enter the surface and also leave the surface. The lines of force, electric lines of force entering the surface and also leaving the surface. That's why the net flux is due to only inside charge, because जो outside charge है उसका जो फ्लक्स लाइन है वो एंटर भी कर रहा है लीव भी कर रहा है, तो उसको हम कंसिडर नहीं कर सकते फ्लक्स के लिए. सो इधर लिखा गया द चार्ज आउटसाइड मेक द फ्लक्स. जो आउटसाइड चार्ज है उस फ्लक्स मेक करता है क्योंकि वो सरफेस को कट करता है, लेकिन वो सरफेस से बाहर भी जाता है, इसीलिए हम फ्लक्स नेट फ्लक्स ड्यू टू आउटसाइड चार्ज क्या हो जाता है 0 हो जाता है. सो बट व्हेन चार्ज आर इनसाइड दे विल क्रिएट द फ्लक्स विल जस्ट अवे फ्रॉम द सरफेस बट नॉट एंटरिंग. दैट्स वाई वी आर टेकिंग ओनली द इनसाइड चार्ज. So charges outside make the flux, but net flux is only due to charges inside. And the last note point, Gauss theorem depend upon inverse square law, that we will discuss later. This is the note point about Gauss law, and I have discussed. Hope you all will understand. Thank you.